Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Covington High School and tonight's junior varsity basketball game between the Simon Kenton Pioneers and the Covington Girls. Here are the starters for the Pioneers. At forward, 00, Josh McKinley. Starting at guard, number 21, Jack Marks. At forward, number 25, Justin Ebersol. Starting at guard, number 30, Nick Walker. Starting at forward, number 34, Hayden Carson. Pioneers are coached by Mr. Ryan Smith. And now the starting five for the Colonels. At guard, number 2, Alexander Parks. At guard, number 3, Kenton Reed. At guard, number 20, Kessel McGillis. At guard, number 23, Luke Lenoff. And starting at center, number 32, Nick Boyson. The Colonels are coached by Mr. Ben Franson, assisted by Zach Tobler, Max Stevens, and Steve Sorrell. Pioneers call a 30-second timeout. Foul call number 30, 2 points, Parks. Goal by Carson. Basket by Pope. Boylston. Basket by Boylston. Gillis. Foul's called for 2 Marks. That's his second, team's third in the game. Number 10, David Colton, number 11, Colton Weaver, and number 15, Mitchell Atkins. Foul's called for 45. That's Logan Crisp. First. He's first of the half. Basket by Wilson. Foul's called number 34. That's Hayden Carson's first. Wilson at the line, shooting 1. Fouls called number 55. That's Chase Burns first, team's third. Alexander Parks at the line, shooting 2.
Catholic looks to start a new winning streak tonight against the Pioneers from Simon Kenton. I'm Paul Fritchner alongside Dan Shields, and the crowd is filling in here on looks like a Americana theme over there in the Colonel Crazy student section across from us. But it should be a good one here tonight. Simon Kenton out of the 8th district at 14-7, coming up a little north to Park Hills as Cup Cap in the white jerseys. Stands at 18-4 on the season, losing on Tuesday night against St. X from Cincinnati for the first time since December 13th. It was a bookend to that winning streak by GCL South teams. LaSalle here at home and St. X away. The GCL South bookending that winning streak for Covington Catholic as the Colonels dropped it on Tuesday 57-49. Covcap was leading 31-23 at halftime before St. X came out and exploded in the second half and really just wore the Colonels down in those final 16 minutes. And Dan, as we look toward tonight, Covcap now has a chance to start a winning streak, and they have a chance to do it at home. First of 5 straight tonight for the Colonels.
Paul, it's good to be with you and the Colonel Nation on the Colonel Athletic Network for basketball action in the 9th region in Park Hills, Kentucky, against the 8th region foe, the Simon Kenton Pioneers. Yeah, you know, I think that game over at X off North Bend Road was a good learning experience that you never want to lose. We talked a little bit after the game that, I look at it as, they had more will and desire in the second half. They played tougher than us in the second half. And I know that is something that Coach Rusatz, never wants his guys to be out tough. That's my personal opinion, in watching the game. But I think they just had a little more toughness, a little more want. There's been a lot of speculation on the old Bluegrass Prep about the officiating. Yeah, we didn't have the best whistle over that night, but the Bombers were the better team that night, bottom line.
Yeah, St. X came out and kind of said it, Dan. Out-toughed the Colonels in that second half. There are a lot of 50-50 balls, maybe loose balls, rebounds, things like that. And, there were only 19 shots taken in the second half by St. X. It was not a prolific scoring night for either team, but that's typical of a GCL South team. Grind it out, slow the pace down, run a set, take a minute and a half off the clock on each possession, and eventually try and get back into the game, and that's what they did. They did it successfully, executed the game plan.
Well, they got it done. So let's talk about tonight's game. The Pioneers from over in the 8th region. Preseason, they were picked, I believe, 5th in the preseason. They're kind of living into that. They're 14-7, have had some ups and downs. Got a couple common opponents. Their player is Kelly Nisi, coming back from an injury that put him out in December last year. He's come back from that. He's averaging 17.3 game. One of the purest shooters you will see in the game here in the 9th region and in Northern Kentucky. Also, Jeremy Davis is his running mate. He's at 15.9. Those are the guys who really put up the most points, as well as Logan Schwartz, who is at 13.8. They shoot a lot of threes during the course of the game. They've shot 437 threes at a percentage of 38%. So if they get hot, we got to watch out.
Well, folks, it's time to honor our country and introduce the starting lineup. So we'll be back for tip-off in just a moment on the Colonel Athletic Network.
Welcome to Covington Catholic High School for tonight's basketball game between the Simon Kenton Pioneers and the Covington Catholic Colonels. Covington Catholic High School is a diocesan district high school. We begin our activities with prayer. Tonight, our prayer is being offered by Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad for the playing of our national anthem.
Dan, Covington Catholic starting tonight at 18-4. They blow off 17 straight wins in between those losses to LaSalle and St. X. 17 wins in a row over about a month and a half. You lose on the road, and you and I were trying to remember when the last time was that CovCath got swept, freshman, JV, and varsity, losing at St. X on Tuesday night.
Been a while. I talked Coach Bacigalupo, and he was going to try to get us a little research on that, but I'm not exactly sure.
Andrew Smith, Kelly Neese, Jeremy Davis, John Hensley, and Logan Schwartz, all starting for Simon Kenton. And on the other side for Covington Catholic, Grant Diskin, Neil Green, Chandler Starks, Hunter Summercamp, and Donovan Stocks, the same starting five that we've seen the last few games in the absence of Noah Hoopman. And Noah Hoopman, who was just starting to come on strong, continues to be out with mono.
We don't really have a date when he may or may not be back with mono. Sometimes you can be back in 2 weeks, and sometimes it takes a little longer than 6 to 8 weeks.
Simon Kenton wearing the black jerseys with the blue stripe down the right side. Covington Catholic in the white jerseys with the royal blue numbers, royal blue letters.
See how we come out of the gate here. Got to start strong. I would expect Simon Kenton to pack it in a zone and see if we can make shots. Let's see if we go to our post play move right off our set play right off the get-go.
For Neil Green right there out of the tip. Neil Green out to the jump circle with Logan Schwartz. They shake hands. The referee on the far side walks to midcourt. Neil Green on the right, Schwartz on the left. The referee tosses the ball quickly. Green wins the tip, and we're underway at 7:35 p.m. Colonel's going from right to left as we sit here at midcourt. Hunter Summercamp feeding Grant Diskin. He'll take a three in the corner, and he'll knock it down. CovCath on top early. 3-0, 14 seconds into the game.
I think they want to find your 45% three-point shooter who's averaging, close to 8-17 a game.
Left side of the court, Andrew Smith feeding Logan Schwartz coming off a screen. Schwartz up to the top of the key. Smith now dropping the right side of the lane. Right wing, Jeremy Davis comes to get the basketball. Pass to the left sideline for Neese. Sizes up Grant Diskin, tries to blow by his left, loses the basketball behind his back. Diskin still on him, keeping him outside the perimeter. 3-0 Colonels as Neese drives and Neil Green strips him. Steals the basketball, pushes to Diskin. Diskin threads the needle to Donovan Stocks, who caught the ball and shuffled his feet. A travel for Donovan Stocks with 7:10 left in the first quarter.
Grant threaded the needle with that pass. I don't know if Donovan was quite ready.
Full court man-to-man pressure for Covington Catholic. Chandler Starks into the backcourt to get Andrew Smith, who catches the inbound pass. Smith across midcourt at the Colonel C, nearly losing the basketball again. Here goes Hensley down the lane. He loses it to Donovan Stocks, but somehow Schwartz there to collect. Now it's Neese. He'll try to tie the game with a 3 off the front of the rim. Ball tipped around. Stocks has the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up himself. Stocks down the center of the court. Surveys, goes to the left to Diskin. Touch pass Green, middle of the lane for Starks. One dribble, right hand to the bucket. 4-2, and it's 5-0 Colonels.
Like big guy sharing the basketball, big guy sharing.
Andrew Smith feeding to Logan Schwartz, make it Hensley. Now into the corner it goes, and the 3-ball knocked down from Jeremy Davis, and it's 5-3 coming to Catholic. 6:20 left in the first quarter.
You got to find Jeremy. He shoots it at 48%.
Yep.
My gosh.
Donovan Stocks, right side of the court. Diskin, he'll catch and shoot for 3. No. Rebound Hunter Summercamp. He has the ball tipped, and it's rolling toward the sideline. Simon Kenton corrals the basketball. Up the court it goes to Jeremy Davis, and he's fouled on the shot by Grant Diskin. Davis was attacking the rim. Diskin chased him down and fouled him to make Davis earn it from the charity stripe.
He's shot 100. Davis has shot 176 threes. So he takes his share of them at 48.3. That's an impressive stat.
6:03 left in the first. Oh, they're actually going to call this on the floor. Simon Kenton will inbound. Neese underneath his own basket on the baseline. Neese triggering the basketball into Smith. And then a jump ball. Chandler Starks ties up Smith along the sideline, right in front of the Colonel bench with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. 5-3, Colonels with a 2-point lead. 1 foul on CovCath, none on Simon Kenton so far. Simon Kenton on the alternate possession. Keeps the basketball inbound from the baseline again. Inbound to John Hensley. He drives the lane, kicks into the corner for Logan Schwartz. He dials up a 3 and gives the Pioneers a 1-point lead at 6-5.
They take a lot of them. They shoot 38%. Pretty good percentage of the team.
Neil Green out of the elbow for Starks. He'll feed down into the baseline for Summercamp underneath the Green. Kick to the left corner for Stocks. Up top for Diskin for 3, short. Rebound tipped around. Neil Green can't come away with it. Ball's on the ground, and a foul on Hunter Summercamp as he went for the basketball. And they're going to change the call. Say it goes against Donovan Stocks. Donovan and Hunter were both at the same place at the same time, and they charged it to Donovan Stocks. Thought Neil Green got clipped a little bit on that rebound, but they didn't call it. So here goes Andrew Smith into the front court, feeding top of the key for Hensley. Hensley looking around, left side for Schwartz. Now in front of the Colonel Crazies, it's Neese against Diskin. Colonel's in a man-to-man defense right now, 5:15 left in the first quarter. Right side for Smith, down into the right corner for Schwartz with Stocks on him. Schwartz, one dribble, pass to the top of the key for Smith again. He drives the left side, kicks to Davis, left wing. Davis hands behind him to Smith. Smith attacking Summercamp down the lane, and Smith has it stripped by Neil Green. No numbers for the Colonels, it's Green. Green swipes through, but he's fouled by Jeremy Davis as he corralled for a shot. They're going to call that one on the floor, and the Colonels will inbound.
Big guy was going to go coast to coast. Got to wake up a little bit here.
Neil Green inbounding from the baseline to Chandler Starks. Now Grant Diskin with the basketball in front of the referee. Diskin driving to the elbow, kicks to Summercamp. It went off of Summercamp's hands and out of bounds. Last touch by the Colonels. The Pirates will inbound, but Colin McHale will check in for Covington Catholic. Like I said, Simon Kenton out of the 8th District coming into tonight's game with a 14-7 record. They won their last 2, and they've won 6 of their last 7. The one loss in there to Grant County, 74-70. 4:39 left in the first, 6-5. Simon Kenton, free throw line jumper for Hensley, and he hits it. And it's 8-5. Simon Kenton, 2-3 zone now for the Pioneers. Here goes Stocks. He has the ball stripped by Schwartz. Transition game. Pioneers lay it in at the bucket. Simon Kenton, the bucket from Kelly Neese. And it's 10-5 visitors.
Exactly the start Coach Steiner wanted for his group.
10-0 run for Simon Kenton to give the Pioneers a 5-point lead. Donovan Stocks on the right side of the court. Into Diskin for the corner. He'll drive the baseline. Now to Starks. Middle of the lane. Spins around. Back iron. Too strong on the shot. Neil Green gets his offensive rebound. Feeds to Starks again. Spins. Now kicks to Diskin for 3. Fakes the 3. Mid-range pull-up. He is automatic in that mid-range game for 2. And it brings the Colonels within 3.
Fantastic ball fake. Showed the ball fake. got the guy up in the air, stepped in 2 feet, and took the 17-footer, knocked it down.
3:40 left in the first quarter. 10-7 Covington Catholic, trailing by 3. Schwartz feeding middle of the lane to Hensley. Touch pass into the right corner. Simon Kenton and Andrew Smith missing the 3. Offensive rebound, Pioneers. Now the ball rolling on the ground. Diskin diving for it, but there's Smith diving for it, and he keeps it alive for the Pioneers. It's Kelly Neese, and he'll pull the ball back out with 3:17 left in the first quarter. Pioneers still with a 3-point lead. Neese driving the right side, and he's fouled by Chandler Starks.
Pioneers got a little more scrap in them right now than we do. They're loose ball on the ground. They got guys getting after it.
Coach Trent Steiner for Simon Kenton calling out to his team, calling out to the official there, wanted a foul and eventually got it called. First substitution in for Simon Kenton. Isaac Miller into the game. Inbound to Chandler Starks. Starks to Colin McHale underneath the green, fakes, then hits the shot and gets fouled. And he has a chance to tie the game.
Look pass by Colin. Presenting himself. Neal presents himself so well in the post, makes himself big, gets out. That frame of his is 6'5", good shoulders on him, makes himself big and available. Nice assist.
3:02 left in the first. Covcath can tie the game here with a free throw from Neil Green. Bends his knees and misses the free throw. Rebound by John Hensley, the Pioneers. Quick outlet pass to Logan Schwartz. Up the court, Schwartz goes. Steps through to the lane and hits the shot and the foul. Tough transition bucket across the lane. Scoop and score.
I'm sorry, folks. There's no excuse for that. I mean, on a free throw, you get beat down the floor like that. We got to wake up here.
Schwartz dribbles a few times. The free throw is good, and it's 13-9. Simon Kenton with a 4-point lead, and another substitution for the Pioneers. Nate Walker checks in. Paul Fritchner, Dan Shields with you. Colonel Athletic Network, Covcath trails it by 4, 2:50 left in the first quarter. Colonel's in the white jerseys on the left side of the court, in the front court right now. Jay Jackson controlling the basketball. Neil Green feeding low post to Chandler Starks. He's double teamed, fights through. Middle of the lane for Neil Green. He attacks the bucket, too strong with his left hand. Chandler Starks cleans up the offensive rebound.
Bam! My gosh, that's just going after the basketball on a rebound and wanting desire and using that big frame of his.
Kick into the corner, Nate Walker for 3. He hits it, and it's 16-11. Simon Kenton a 5-point lead, 2:20 left in the first quarter. We've seen Covcath a few times this year, Dan, have some sluggish starts. Covcath got out to a 5-0 lead tonight, and since then, it's a 16-6 run for the Pioneers.
Making shots.
Colin McHale, free throw line extended. Now here's Chandler Starks underneath to Neil Green, who attacks from the right side with his right hand for 2.
Yeah, they just don't have an answer for Chandler and Neil. Stops and shots. We got to get stops here. 2
passes into the front court. Nate Walker back to Hensley, and then a foul. Jay Jackson commits a foul. And Kelly Neese. And then a couple more substitutions coming in. Andrew Smith re-enters. And Darius Comer.
It looks like just from the first 6-7 minutes of the game that they're going to try to body Neese a little bit and be very physical with him.
There's Andrew Smith in the backcourt for the Pioneers. 1:45 left in the first quarter. Colonels trailing by 3, 16-13. Darius Comer in the game for the first time tonight, and then an offensive foul on Comer.
Just came in, and Coach Steiner just shakes his head. He goes, "You can't do that. You can't do that." I mean, but obviously they probably brought him in. He's their biggest player at 6'3", 205 pounds.
Diskin hands to Jay Jackson. Jackson turns the corner at the top of the key. Jackson can't find Diskin, who was open for 3 for a minute. Now it's McHale, McHale wide open for 3 on the left wing. Around and out. Rebound by Isaac Miller and the Pioneers. Miller looking full steam ahead for Simon Kenton. And then a foul, Jay Jackson on Andrew Smith that was Kelly Neese. But, a tight whistle. But they've called it both ways to start here in the first quarter. And Reese Murphy will check in for Jay Jackson.
No, I think it's a good call. 2 hands on him. We got it, and they've made that call. They're, somebody.
Inbound to Schwartz, into the middle of the lane. Back outside to Walker in the corner. 3-ball. Isaac Miller. No. Rebound Chandler Starks, and Reese Murphy will bring the ball up the court. Jogs his way into the front court. Colin McHale fakes, feeds the middle of the lane to Starks. He feeds Diskin in the corner. Pump fakes, mid-range jumper. And folks, he just does not miss that 15-foot jumper. And he brings the Colonels within one with less than a minute to go in the first quarter.
Excellent ball fake again, fundamentally sound.
Simon Kenton, far side of the court. It's Logan Schwartz. So bring the ball up between the circles. Walker now spinning against Reese Murphy, right side of the lane. Into the middle of the lane for Comer. Outside, 3 balls. Miller around and out. Rebound by Smith. Put back, no. And the rebound by Grant Diskin controlled, and there's 23 seconds left in the quarter. 20 seconds now as Coach Rusatz puts up the number 1 finger for a 1 shot. They want 1 shot. They want the last shot of the quarter. 10 seconds now. Diskin, the offense into motion. Still his own defense for Simon Kenton, but Diskin will pull the trigger from 3, and he'll knock it down to give the Colonels a lead at the end of the quarter. 1 second left. Simon Kenton won't get it in. And before the buzzer, Diskin knocks down the 3. It's 18-16. Dan, I want to touch on that for a second because that's I don't know what the number is, but several times this year we have seen CovCath put the number 1 finger up like they're going to take the final shot and then actually take the shot with 5, 6, 7 seconds left in the quarter. I like that they're doing that because they're taking the open shot instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting for the clock to tick to 2 seconds or 1.
Yeah,
they're taking what the defense gives them.
I always am confused when watching a game, and it's maybe a last second shot, and they begin their process at like 7, 8 seconds to try to get the last second shot. Obviously, there's the college coaches, and they do a heck of a lot more than I do and are getting paid a heck of a lot more than I do. But, I always get confused why they don't try to get that shot, start that movement or whatever set play they're running at 13 or 14 seconds at the end of the game. Hey, St. Elizabeth Healthcare knows crazy weather isn't stopping your activity this winter. Don't let a sore back, stress shoulder, or banged up ankle keep you out of the gym or off the court or hitting those 2020 finesse goals. Remember to call St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine. They develop a plan to get you safely and quickly back to pain-free and enjoying activities you love. Call them at St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine, 859-212-5600.
Starting the second quarter, Colonel's going from right to left. Chandler Starks, Donovan Stocks, Neil Green, Colin McHale, and Reese Murphy on the court for CovCath. Chandler Starks missing a shot right around the rim from the post, but Neil Green gets the offensive rebound and puts it back up and in to now stretch the Colonels' lead to 4 at 20-16. Reese Murphy nearly stealing the basketball. It's rolling around, picked up by Simon Kenton. Underneath it goes. Last touch by Andrew Smith out of bounds. He couldn't handle a pass above his head, and the Colonels can just build on this 4-point lead. (20-16) with 7:24 left in the second quarter. Folks, for those of you listening on Mixlr, you can watch tonight's game. It's a home game. You can watch tonight's game and the next 4 in a row at home as Neil Green goes down the lane, finishes for 2. The size too much for Neil Green. Timeout taken by Simon Kenton. And it's a 6-point lead now, but to finish that thought, you can watch tonight's game and the rest of the home schedule on YouTube. You can search the Covington Catholic Facebook page. A link was posted to CovCath B-Ball on Twitter, and I believe it was posted to the Covington Catholic Facebook page as well. But you can just search Covington Catholic Basketball on Twitter and click the live video to watch tonight's game on YouTube.
Hey, how about our other corporate sponsors, Global Business Solutions, Barleycorns, Ortho, Cincy, U.S. Bank, Rumpke Waste and Recycling, DVL Law, Thomas More University. So it was 16-11, and we've gone an 11-point run here.
Good stretch of basketball here for the Colonels to retake control of the game after a bit of a slow start. 7:04 left in the second quarter. Simon Kenton going from left to right. They have the basketball now. John Hensley, underneath it goes to Kelly Neese. Good cut for Neese. Backdoor, got the feed and finished at the bucket. And it's 22-18 now. Simon Kenton still in that 2-3 zone. Here's Chandler Starks spinning through the lane, loses his footing, pokes the basketball to Neil Green, who has his shot blocked, but the Colonels get the basketball back. Chandler Starks, he pulls up with his foot on the three-point line, and then Neil Green is too aggressive on the offensive rebound and gets called for the foul from behind. Green Disc going to go to the table to check in. They'll take Colin McHale out of the game. So it'll be Diskin, Stocks, Starks, Green, and Murphy.
They're in the bonus. They're 1-on-1. Should be 31 going to the line. Okay, they got it right. Yeah, that's a foul. You know, he went through him. They get position. Good box out.
Thought it's been good officiating so far here tonight. And first free throw is good. 6:34 left in the second quarter. It's Logan Schwartz at the free throw line. Schwartz spins the basketball, bends his knees. Second free throw, good. To bring Simon Kenton back within 2. 6:30 left in the second quarter. Sizable student section to our left from the Pioneers. And a big student section across from us diagonally in the form of the Colonel Crazies. It's Reese Murphy down the baseline, kick top of the key to Stocks. Diskin ran into him trying to catch the pass. Stocks has it into the corner for Murphy. He'll try a 3. Back iron, no. Strong rebound, Donovan Stocks. Diskin now with it. Stocks in the corner. Stocks takes the ball back out. Stocks to Diskin. He'll take a 3. Too strong. Rebound Chandler Starks. He feeds across the lane to Stocks. Back outside to Murphy. Diskin gets the basketball in midcourt and they'll reset. Skip pass across the way to Donovan Stocks where it would be the volleyball line. Underneath the low block to Chandler Starks. And then a ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simon Kenton. Chandler Starks lost it. But the Pioneers batted it out. 5:49 left in the second.
Chandler gave up the ability to score right there to maybe, extra pass. But you like him passing it, though.
Neil Green inbound to Chandler Starks. Euro step down the lane, misses the shot. Neil Green, the offensive rebound, no. Misses the shot, offensive rebound, and put back, good for 2, and it's 24-20. But the Colonels can't get back on defense. Andrew Smith goes to the bucket against Chandler Starks, but he traveled before the shot, trying to spin around as Starks recovered on defense. The Colonels have a 4-point lead with 5:33 left in the second. Diskin will walk the ball across the timeline. Paul Fritchner, Dan Shields with you on the Colonel Athletic Network. Facing the Pioneers 2-3 zone that they've been in for the majority of the evening. Starks, Diskin, left wing 3, around and out. Colonel's having a lot of trouble getting those shots that go halfway down to go all the way down. There's Smith in the corner, up top to Hensley. Left wing, long 3 ball from the Pioneers and a foul on the 3. Jeremy Davis will go to the line for 3. Starks closed out too hard, couldn't recover.
Just hugged him.
Yep.
Grabbed him so he, and he's playing hard, he's playing tough. It's a bad foul, we know that. But, the kid's efforts there, he sure doesn't play like a freshman. And I'm not saying there's a lot of people make mistakes that make that mistake, so.
Jeremy Davis hits the first, 6', 165 senior guard. Second free throw as Summercamp waits at the table to check in. Is good.
Shoots it at 78% from the free throw line, so as a team they shoot at 74%, which is a very good percentage.
Starks comes out. Summercamp in. Third free throw. Gets a friendly roll. He hits all 3, and it's a 1-point game. 5:06 left in the second. Covington with a 1-point edge, as slim could be. Diskin between the circles, left side to Murphy. Murphy, good pass, a good find to Stocks in the left corner. Now reverse it up. Diskin kicks it around, left baseline for Green. One-handed pass is tipped around. Diskin gets it, finds Summercamp underneath, who goes right to the bucket.
Lucky fortuitous tip there.
Yep. Colin McHale quickly back to the scorer's table to check in. Pioneers with the basketball. It's Schwartz in the right corner. Up top between the circles to Hensley. Dribbling with his left hand, feeds to the left side for Davis. Ball on the ground, and it's Stocks with the steal ahead to Summercamp. Summercamp finishing on the fast break for 2. And it's 28-23 Colonels.
Couple big baskets by
Summercamp steals in the backcourt, pokes the ball away. but Schwartz able to recover and get it. Nice down the court, and he lays it in with his right hand, stepping right around Donovan Stocks. 4:01 left in the second quarter. It's 28-25 Colonels. High scoring game here at Covington Catholic. Reese Murphy right side of the court. Reese Murphy to Summercamp. Summercamp has it poked. Summercamp ahead to Diskin. Diskin looking right side of the court to Murphy. Summercamp 3-ball off the front of the rim. No. Stocks came in hard for the offensive rebound. His put back. No. Neil Green put back. Yes, and the foul.
Can't bring it down low, Neil. Keep it high. Keep it high. Got to get Donovan rolling a little bit.
Isaac Miller checks in for Simon Kenton. Jake Jackson and Colin McHale in for Covington Catholic. And Neil Green will go to the line for one. Thanks to everybody checking in on the Colonel Athletic Network tonight, either on Mixlr or on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the video production of tonight's game. Got about 70 of you checking in online.
Timeout. Coach at 30-second timeout.
5 make it 6-point lead for Cov Cath. Dan, take it away.
All right, how about our guys at Specialized Parts and Specialized Parts and Supply, the Loneman family. Thank you for your continuous support of Covington Catholic basketball and the athletic program. For all your plumbing specialized parts, go see the Lonemans over there on Dudley Road. Also, Guthrie Chicken in Fort Wright, and they're the sponsor of the halftime half-court shot. And thank you to Guthrie's Chicken in Fort Wright. Get you one of those good box of chickens.
Halftime plan, Dan?
Ian Ward is going to be on with you.
With me.
With you.
Oh, yes, he is.
I know your passion for bowling.
Oh, yes.
Ian is part of the 9th Regional Championship Colonel bowling team.
Can't wait for that one. That's coming up in about 5 minutes. 3:30 left in the second quarter. Simon Kenton with the basketball. Grant Diskin going for the steal as Simon Kenton threw a entry pass too tall. And out of bounds, last touch by the Colonel's point guard. Schwartz checks out for Simon Kenton. Back in goes Nate Walker. Neil Green's family checking in with us on the Colonel Athletic Network. Inbound pass for Simon Kenton underneath. Isaac Miller now at midcourt. Miller setting up the offense for the Pioneers. Left side in front of the Crazies. It goes to Jeremy Davis. Now Davis against Green all the way out to midcourt. Now here's Nice. Right side it goes to Miller. In front of the referee and the Colonel bench. Nice, top of the key. Against some strong pressure, has to give it up to Walker. Now it's Miller again between the circles. Walker on the left side it goes to Nice. Now down the right side of the lane goes Walker, past the defender and to the cup for a couple of points. It's 31-27, Cov Cath's lead trimmed to 4.
You can't let him beat you off the dribble. That's just poor execution on defense.
Jay Jackson feeding underneath the Green, kick into the corner, McHale, low pass. McHale now to Diskin. Diskin gets a screen from Summercamp, turns the corner, feeds McHale. He'll take a 3 from the right side, and he'll knock it down. Colin McHale's got the prettiest shot on this team, and he makes Simon Kenton pay for collapsing in on the drive. It's 34-27.
Colin's energy level since like the game up in Middletown against Taft has really improved. His confidence.
Jay Jackson a steal, but he loses the basketball right back to Simon Kenton. Beautiful no-look pass underneath to Isaac Miller, but he can't finish at the rim. Gets his own offensive rebound, misses the putback. Rebound Colonels, and Diskin will slow the pace
Challenge.
with 1:54 left in the second quarter.
Shot challenging, you like to see that.
Neil Green to the cup, 4-2, right hand, left side, and the Colonels now have a 9-point lead. Timeout taken with 1:44 left. 30-second timeout taken by Simon Kenton.
So we got you said who was checking in? I'm sorry, which the Green crew?
The Green crew, as always, loyal listeners on the Colonel Athletic Network, checking in with us.
Francis
tonight.
Banks and Aunt Peggy and Grandma Peggy. I see that. Papa Dave is checking in also. Pops and Weasel I think they're back down in
Naples.
I know Ruth and Paul, the Rusats are checking in, and Linda and Rick Finneran. Also remember our friends at Arlington House Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Oh, we can't, Dan, come on now. We can't forget them.
Your dad obviously has. They're the Happy House guys, awarded for 5 years in a row, best in Northern Kentucky. They are also, he's probably listening.
I wish he was. I think he just checked out. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I wish he was. Oh, my goodness, that's funny. I know they need the air conditioner. Just hasn't gotten around to calling you, I guess.
Oh, offensive.
Offensive foul in the middle of the lane on Kelly Neese. Grant Diskin slid in to draw the charge, and the Colonels get the ball back. Oh, man, that's funny. I'll get a good laugh out of that one.
Kelly thinks because he's got a little bit more high size and maybe a little that he can post up. But Grant, and they've been battling a couple of times down in the post.
Hunter Summercamp, middle of the lane to Chandler Starks, gets the pass, spins to his left, and finishes with his left hand.
His footwork just gets better and better. Nice move. He ought to be taking ballet.
He's got the size, too, tonight against Simon Kenton. Great size for the Colonels. 38-27, home team with 65 seconds left in the quarter. Outside Nate Walker, and an offensive foul again on Simon Kenton. Nate Walker with a push-off. 62 seconds left in the quarter. Logan Schwartz back to the table for the Pioneers to check in.
That's one that didn't, obviously because it was right in front of the official.
Yep.
It kind of looked a little worse than it all was, but it was there.
57 seconds left. Diskin, left side Summercamp underneath the green. Green spinning, no angle, and it was tough for him to try and hit the shot. He missed it, but Colin McHale is stealing the outlet pass. The Colonels have it back, and then Summercamp pass, miscommunication to Neil Green. It goes out of bounds. Green went one way, the pass went the other way, and Summercamp will come out of the game to high fives from his teammates. Good minutes tonight from Summercamp. High energy from him. He's had a great start to 2020. 42 seconds left now in the quarter. Simon Kenton with the basketball on the right side of the court. 30 seconds. And it's Hensley. Outside three ball from Davis. Front rim, no. Rebound, Isaac Miller, and he loses it out of bounds. Last touched by Neil Green. The Colonel Crazies seem to think it was last touched by the Pioneers. They were right in front of it, but maybe some confusion there as now the Pioneers go for a substitution. Inbound out to midcourt to Hensley. We'll set it up at 20 seconds. Hensley against Starks. Hensley to Smith. And then Diskin chases for a steal, doesn't get it. Neese will pull up from the mid-range. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound, Simon Kenton. Shot no from Hensley. Rebound by the Colonels. 6 seconds for Diskin. 5 seconds. Diskin will pull up for three. It goes around and out. No, Simon Kenton, the outlet pass. Murphy before the buzzer. Can't get a shot off on the steal as Simon Kenton was looking for a shot before the buzzer. And now at the half, the Colonels have an 11-point lead at 38-27. Dan, did you win the split the pot?
Nope.
Oh, I saw you put the ticket down before you even finished calling them out.
Nope. Didn't get there.
Not your night? It'll be your night one of these nights. It's your night tomorrow. Tomorrow. Are they doing one tomorrow? Do they do one every game?
Every game.
Every game?
Every game. My dad used to win it all the time. I want to remind everybody that the Tim Shields Euchre
oh, yes, it's that time of year, baby. Fire it up. February
29th here at Covington Catholic in the new Alumni Center. We're going to be having a fundraiser for the Tim Shields Class of 61 Scholarship Fund. If you need information about it, please just you can contact the school, or you can contact me here. You can contact me via email or text. So please let me know if you want to come and want information.
Dan, I need one of those bowling tops like I need air to breathe.
Oh, man.
I need one of those worse than I've ever needed anything in my entire life. That is an electric piece of clothing. Oh my God, I just love everything about this bowling team. Probably because I didn't get to play senior year in college. We missed the signups. There it is.
your ninth
Ninth
region
region champions, baby.
bowling champions. So 38-27. I feel like probably Simon Kenton and Coach Steiner very happy with, not being down. He hates losing like any coach, but it feels like they're still in the game. And I think we didn't play bad. We'll get the stats here in a little bit, but definitely the turnovers were costly, and open shots we were letting them get early in the first half.
Half-court shot going to commence here in just a moment.
Ian Ward's making his way up to see us, and I'm going to go. When he gets here, I'm going to go get the statistics.
Maybe take a half-court shot yourself. Can we get you out there, Dan, onto the court?
No.
Take a half-court shot? Oh, come on.
If I get it, I'd make it.
You're just saving everybody else. You don't want to show everybody up.
Right
That's
on.
it.
Sam France in the mullet, the curly head mullet, man. He's a really good. He played basketball for 2 years, playing football. Oh, he made it right off the get-go.
There's one, right here. Ian. Here we go. Hold on. You put the headset on there. Ian?
Yes, sir.
Paul Fritchner. Nice to meet you, my man.
Nice to meet you.
Ian, first of all, congratulations on the bowling championship.
Thank you.
Ninth region champion. So take us through the state tournament.
So we have the singles tournament,
Okay.
which is on Thursday, February 6th.
Explain it for those that maybe don't know anything about how bowling works.
Yeah, so for the singles tournament, you
Okay.
have you have everybody, 32 kids total from around the state.
Okay.
You have everybody bowl 3 games.
Okay.
After that, you take the total of those games added up, and then the top 8 move on to another round of seeding where you bowl 2 more games, and then the total amount from all 5 games is added up, and then from there, the top 4 are put into a ladder. So first place is guaranteed second place, even if they lose the last one, first seed.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
So what is Covington Catholic going to be competing in? Team and individual?
Yeah, we're also competing in the team and individuals. For the team, it'll be structured like you bowl 1 normal game. You have 8 people total from Covington Catholic, and then you'll have 8 people from every other team that came either first or second in their region. So you have everybody bowls 1 game, and then from there you go into a seeding chart where first seed bowls the 16th seed, and from there on it's just a bracket.
So what do you bowl, Ian?
In what terms?
Well, how did you bowl in the regional tournament? As Father Hennigan, yet again, hits a half-court shot. I mean, this man is automatic. Father Hennigan is now 3 for his last 4 from mid-court. Death taxes Father Hennigan hitting the half-court shot. Unreal.
You gotta love that guy.
But in the state or in the regional tournament for you,
Yeah.
what was your output like?
For the team regionals, I actually didn't do too well. I got taken out for a few games just because I wasn't doing my best, but I'm happy that my team was able to pull out and persevere.
How did the team do as a whole? But obviously you guys won, but how did you feel like you guys did?
We seeded second overall at the end of the first seeding game, and then from that bracket, we had a bit of a scare in the first round. We were down 2-0 against St. Henry, and we brought it back to a 3-2. It's best out of 5, so a couple years back we had a similar thing happen where St. Henry was up 2.5 to a half because we tied for their last game, and we came back and won that, and then proceeded to win the region back in 2018.
Man, that's awesome. That's so great. So how long have you been bowling?
This is only my 3rd year.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't been bowling for that long. A lot of the guys on our team actually only start when they're in high school, with the exception of Charlie Smith, rocking the striped overalls. He's been bowling since he's been able to walk, and he's a junior. He still has another year under his belt. He's got 2 other brothers, both of them bowled. most of the guys on our team don't start bowling until their sophomore year, actually.
Really?
So some of them will join freshman year. We had 2 freshmen this year, Ryan and John. And then we're actually graduating 6 people this year. And out of those 6 people, I think 4 of them started their sophomore year.
So these shirts you guys wear, now, is it a jersey? Is it a shirt? Is it a top? Is there a technical term for it?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Is it like a biker jersey? Because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah,
it's like a biker type jersey.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like you're going to go bowl or you're going to go win the Tour de France.
Yeah, yeah, it is technically a jersey.
Okay.
I believe. We reference them as jerseys. We'll say, put on your jersey, go put on your jersey, that kind of thing.
So how do I get one of these? Because I was telling Dan I need one of these like I need air to breathe.
I don't know. You gotta be on the team. Yeah.
Can I come on and coach the team?
If you really want to. I don't know if there's any spots open up.
Well, my bowling career ended. My competitive bowling career started and ended 2 years in college as an intramural, and that was about the extent of where I was.
That's actually where I started. Covington's intramural bowling program freshman year. I had an average of, I think, 60, but I just had a lot of fun doing it, and I practiced every day for a year straight. Me and Jared Gallagher. Jared wasn't able to make it tonight, but he will be joining me at the state tournament for individuals. He placed 4th, which qualified him, and he's going to be joining me down there. Me and him did the same thing. We both enjoyed intramurals and practiced for a year straight, like nonstop, and it comes with its own struggles, but it's been a ton of fun. The last 3 years have been absolutely amazing.
So we're at halftime right now, 38-27, Colonel's lead. Talking with Ian Ward, part of your regional champion, Covington Catholic Colonel bowling team. And Ian, before we let you go, take us through the state tournament, the logistics of it, where it is, when it is, and maybe how Colonel Nation can look forward to that.
Yeah, so the tournament is this upcoming Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
February 6th and 7th at Executive Strike and Bowl in Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to try and get some people down there. Never had a big showing, but never know.
Yeah.
First year. But we'll have the singles event on Thursday and the team event on Friday.
Cool.
So,
hey, Ian, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
I'll be following. Great to meet you. Best of luck to you, and best of luck to the Colonels going for the state championship.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Oh, my gosh.
I might be a little biased, but that might have been our best halftime of all time between that interview and yet again, Father Hennigan, 3 of his last 4, money. I mean,
what do you mean? Because I wasn't doing it, you were doing it. Our guy
combined.
Our
you should have heard that interview. He was fantastic.
Our buddy Dave Nowak is checking in. He said cheers to us. I was with Dave on Saturday and his beautiful wife Peggy enjoying the UK game. Halftime stats are here. Colonels are led by Neil Green, 15 points on 7 of 11 shooting, 7 boards. Next is Grant Dixon, 4 of 9, 2 of 7 from the 3-point line for 10 points. We only had 4 turnovers. I just thought we had more than that, but they're led by Logan Schwartz with 8.
Second half underway, 7:50 left in the third quarter as Simon Kenton turns the basketball over on the first possession, losing a pass out of bounds, and Covington Catholic takes over, disking into the front court. Colonels leading at 38-27. Colonels up by 11. Strong start to this second half would be needed for Covington Catholic as they try to really salt this game away here early on, Dan.
Get to the first 3 minutes of the game. The Colonel JV team won. What was the final score of that? 66
to 24.
66 to 24. The freshman won by 20.
And there's Chandler Starks from the right side for 2, and it's 40-27. So Cov-Cap now leading by 13. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Down the left side of the lane goes Jeremy Davis. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simon Kenton.
Colonels were 17 of 34 for 34%. Only 3 of 11 from the arc for 27%, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Pioneers were 9 of 18 for 50%, and 3 of 8 from three-point land for 37%, and 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
Covcamp setting up the offense right now. Pioneers still in the 2-3 zone. Right side for Stocks. Now wait, and just take some time off the clock. And hand to Stocks. Nothing to say right now. Stocks is just holding. Now Stocks down the right side. Pulls it back out. Offense into motion. Stocks, Summercamp, rocket pass. Diskin. Now Starks losing it. Stocks regaining it. Stocks holding. Right side for Summercamp. Middle of the lane. Oh, Stocks to Neil Green. Great find for 2, and it's 42-27.
That's his 4th assist on the night.
Logan Schwartz, left side of the court against Chandler Starks. Schwartz to Hensley at the free throw line. Underneath it goes to Smith. Outside, it's Simon Kenton driving. Kick out, Schwartz for 3. Yes, sir. It's 42-30. Missed defensive assignment there.
They had the 2 they could have took, and said the wide open 3 they took. As the Colonels are now, Crazies are mimicking Coach Steiner.
Oh, I love this. This is my favorite thing that they do. Coach Steiner, the Colonel Crazies, mimicking exactly what they do as Stocks knocks down a 3. 5:16 left in the third.
Grant Diskin denial defense on Nice.
Smith, right side it goes to Logan Schwartz. And then a steal by Diskin, poked away, but there's Simon Kenton to regain control. Nice in the corner for 3, around and out. Neil Green to rebound. Green to Summercamp, he looks to push. Across the court to Diskin. Great pass to him, just evading Schwartz's hand. And Diskin will set up the offense. Diskin asking for help, has Stocks, and Stocks will wait with 4:43 left in the third.
Donovan only took 1 shot. We got to get Donovan involved. He's very key to our success long term.
Grant Diskin hands it to Stocks. And now underneath, a foul. That'll go against Chandler Starks. His 3rd foul, and Colin McHale comes back in.
I wasn't looking at it. I don't know what happened there, but and I won't say his name. I've refed some regional games with that gentleman, so didn't get any questioning from Coach Rusax or the staff.
Simon Kenton left side, 3-ball Jeremy Davis, and he hits it. And it's 45-33 with 4 minutes left in the third. Diskin holding between the circles. Stocks now. To Diskin. Diskin to McHale on the right side of the court. McHale between the circles again. McHale feeding to Neil Green. Kick to Stocks for 3. And he's fouled. He'll shoot 3. Missed the shot, but he'll shoot 3.
Clipped him a little bit. See a couple of coaches in the stands here doing a little scouting. Coach Getz from Beechwood, who we have next Friday, is here scouting. A couple other coaches with their notepads taking notes.
First free throw. Coach is good.
Yeah.
3:40 left in the third. Second free throw, no good.
Donovan, a 71% free throw shooter.
Here comes the second. And he makes it as a third, and a timeout taken by Covington Catholic. Dan, I still can't get over Father Hennigan knocking down the shot again. And he'll be featured tonight on Fox 19, doing a feature story on him and hitting the shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, he does have divine intervention. He says a few more prayers, so it's fun. I want to say thank you to James Hardy and his sponsorship for all your siding needs. Go ahead to www.jameshardy.com for remodeling and siding needs. So again, the Guthrie chicken
Half-court shot.
was drilled by Sam France, and
Was that Sam France that hit the first one?
yeah, rocking the mullet.
Yep.
Like I was saying, he played 2 years basketball, and he'll be vital on the baseball field for the Colonels as well as next year. He played a lot this year at outside linebacker for the Colonels football team. That was your state champions.
Out of the timeout. 3-ball from John Hensley for Simon Kenton. No. Rebound, Neil Green, ripped out of the air. And Grant Diskin controls.
Well, the Pioneers really have to play a perfect second half
Yep.
to get this thing back and to be in the game, and we have to really kick it. So
Down in the corner, Neil Green, double team. Cross-court pass to Diskin. Strong pass. He attacks, and he travels. He came down with the basketball. So Simon Kenton gets it back.
got caught up in the air, couldn't get a Dame body, and Graveling turnover to the Pioneers.
3:04 left in the third. Simon Kenton pushing the ball back up the court. Diskin, strong defense, but a foul. And they're going to call it on Grant against Kelly Deese.
Yeah, he's played physical with Kelly. I think that's been one of our game plan strategy, you know, is really to play him tough and physical. And
Nice to John Hensley. Down the lane for two from the left side, and the lead to 12.
pretty nice move there by
Yep.
Hensley, averaging 5 points a game. He ought to get more shots like that.
Chandler Starks, middle of the lane, floats it up with his right hand, and he answers for Covington Catholic.
I understand we got some ladies down in Siesta Key, the Northern Kentucky ladies, girls in Siesta Keys are tuning us in. So thank you. My nephew let me know, and Aaron Spire's aunt is involved with this group.
.209 left in the third. Underneath, Colin McHale can't recover as Logan Schwartz caught a backdoor pass and laid it in with his right hand.
So the Colonel Crazies have a new production, the Hokey Pokey. I've never seen it.
Well, usually they go with the Sean Kingston rendition of Fire Burning, but tonight it's the Hokey Pokey. I like Sean Kingston.
I don't know who the heck he is. I guess I'll have to Google him.
49-37. Cubs got the 12-point lead. 90 seconds left in the third.
The Colonels do this quite a bit when they get up on a lead. They just kind of bring it out and spread you out.
And there's Neil Green finishing from the right side for two.
High-low, you know, right there, a little high-low. Chandler gets it at the free throw line and finds the big body Neil Green, Cosmo Kramer.
Andrew Smith can't finish. Diskin from Starks after he got the rebound. Less than a minute to go in the third. Fast-moving third quarter, Dan. 51-37, Covcath with a 14-point edge. McHale feeding to Starks. Now underneath to Green, and he lays it in. Looked like he was going to go up for the dunk, but he just laid it in.
Chandler now with, I believe, 6 assists or 7 assists roughly. Just, he's got a feel for the game. Just, you know, an intuition, a comfort. He just, very smart, plays smart.
Straightaway jumper, no good for Simon Kenton. Rebound, Neil Green. And Diskin puts the finger up. Number one shot here with 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Diskin right side with 9. Hands off to Stocks with 7. And the turnover, the steal, up ahead it goes. Simon Kenton laying it in, 2 seconds. McHale won't inbound. And Kelly Neese laying it in to cut the lead to 14 at the third quarter buzzer. And now can Simon Kenton respond with 14 points, or well, outscoring the Colonels by 14 here in the fourth. Be a tall task, but we've seen crazier things happen.
Extend our lead there a little bit by 3 more points. We were up, 2 points. We were up 11 at half time. I want to remind you, St. Elizabeth Healthcare, St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine knows that colder weather can bring aches and pains and creaky joints. Remember that St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine is right here with a personalized care plan to help you beat the winter aches and pains. So see them over there at St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine. We also have the St. Elizabeth Healthcare Game of the Month, which is between the Colonels and Beechwood Tigers next Friday here in Park Hills for basketball action in the 9th region. Next Friday, St. Elizabeth Healthcare Game of the Month.
Neither you nor I will be at that game, Dan.
No. I am going to father-daughter, the father-daughter dance. My daughter Summer's a senior at Notre Dame, and it is, I have a lot of fun. I mean, imagine that, but I do my dance and we get out there. We've done quite well, and I'm going to oil the joints and put the Bengay on and get my knee brace on and see if we can bring it home our senior year. Get out of there. Get out of the corner.
Neil Green driving the baseline out of the quarter break. Jackson, Colonel's controlling. Diskin touching his chin. Out right side for Jackson. Walker Horn into the game for the first time. Horn to Neil Green. Green across the court to Diskin. Pioneers sitting in their 2-3 zone. They reverse the ball to Jackson. And Horn underneath the green. He spins. Gets it out to Diskin. He'll take a 3. Too strong off the back of the backboard. And Isaac Miller gets the rebound. Then a foul from behind on Chandler Starks. I believe that's his 4th.
The rarely seen brick by my guy Grant Flock of Seagulls Diskin. That one was a little strong. And 4 fouls on Donovan.
Yep, he'll have to go out.
Not 75 feet from the rim, not the best foul, but guy's given he's had a good game boards wise. He's up there around 7 boards and had I think 8 points and several assists, so he's having a good night.
Isaac Miller now for Simon Kenton. Miller, man-to-man defense for Covington Catholic. Ball poked away. Miller pokes the pass into the back court. Neese recovers. Now it's Miller. Left side to Walker. Walker holding. Walker, top of the key. Diskin right on him. Simon Kent reversed the ball around. Right side of the court now to Isaac Miller. Miller, top of the key between the circles and a foul underneath on Jay Jackson. Oh, no, they might call this one. It will be on Walker Horn. Looked like they might have gotten Jackson coming around the edge, but instead it was Walker Horn.
Looked like me. A little hold there, a little hold.
Yep. (53-39). Cov Cath with a 14-point lead. Neither team scored yet here in the 4th. Nate Walker calling for a screen from Simon Kenton, left side of the court. Walker first the ball opposite side. Now Simon Kenton goes into the corner for Andrew Smith. Smith, Jackson shading him to his left side. Tries to drive, cut off by Jackson. Miller now left side for Neese. He floats it up at the basket. And an offensive foul waves off the main basket. Sliding in for the charge was Grant Diskin. That's the second charge he's taken tonight.
Secondary defender. We don't have to go into our charge.
No.
The secondary defender was there, and our guy Grant took the charge. Might have hit his head a little bit, but he's tough. He's got that girding blood in him.
6:10 left.
Not that the Diskin blood
in the game.
I'm kidding.
Walker Horn to Stocks. Back to Horn, fakes the 3, drives, bounce pass middle of the lane for Neil Green, and there's a foul. And it's only the 3rd foul of the half. Foul's on the floor as Reese Murphy goes to check in.
You know, got to get Reese back in the flow. He was out for about 2 weeks with appendicitis. You know, he really just, I think Monday was his first practice, and he played a little bit Tuesday against the Bombers.
Walker Horn, now to Neil Green. Green waiting outside to Horn again.
His daddy's the head coach over at Notre Dame, Kez.
3 ball, right corner, Murphy, no. Rebound, Simon Kenton, they look to push. Underneath, shot missed. Horn the rebound, Diskin attacking, and Diskin misses the layup. Offensive rebound, not controlled, but then loose ball, Stocks grabbed it, fed Green, he missed at the rim. Ball on the ground, Simon Kenton has the basketball into the front court. Hensley into the corner now. It's Walker, he drives, fakes one way against Horn. He misses the shot at the bucket. Loose ball, grabbed by Murphy. He's got to slow things down. Good decision by Reese Murphy to pull it up. Mature decision there by the point guard. He's got to get it across midcourt though. And a Grant Diskin, right side for Stocks. He'll take a spot up 3 and knock it down. 56-39, timeout taken. A full timeout by Covington Catholic with 4:57 left in the game.
That's Donovan's first bucket, I believe. No, he scored. That's some free throws. I'm sorry. That's his first bucket. So and Donovan's averaging 10 points a game for us. I know Pops and Weasel down in Naples would like to see him.
No doubt.
Getting more points, as well as Grandpa James, who's in Atlanta checking in and listening to us. So 56-39, fourth quarter. Tomorrow we have a matinee game here against the Birds. Highlands, the Birds are 20-1, is that the record?
From Highlands, I believe so.
So, and you know, a lot of people have talked about their competition. Hey, you only got one loss this late in the season. You can play, and they got a couple of guys. Sam Vincent, he's in the top 15 in the state in scoring at 25 a game. Luke Mueller, 6'6", and plays out on the perimeter, and he can really shoot it also. Good crowd here tonight in Park Hills.
Yep, great crowd.
Tomorrow, the Birds are going to come, folks. Come out and watch the game. We love when you listen to us, but I think you ought to come out and check out the game tomorrow, see where we're at.
Yeah, 4 o'clock game. And Highlands a good team. I believe still only the one loss team. Yeah. And it should be a fun atmosphere here at home tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. Coached by Kevin Listerman. Kevin graduated in 96, I think. His brother Andy was 94.
Neil Green, a block at the rim on the Pioneers. Grabs the basketball and throws it ahead to Walker Horn. 4:30 left in the game. Colonels by 17, looking to start a winning streak after St. X Cincy knocked off the Colonels on Tuesday night up in Cincinnati off North Bend Road. Colonels had won 17 straight before that. Horn to Jackson, driving underneath to Green, and he hits the shot and the foul. Green, a strong finish.
JJ with a beautiful bounce pass. No look. Again, Neil presenting himself. And in our 3 years of calling games, we've had a lot of good big men down here, who've played, and we could get, but he really presents himself and knows how to use his body to screen and shield guys off. And Cosmo Kramer, we just got to make him make free throws. Oh, look at it.
He misses the free throw. Ball on the floor, saved by Simon Kenton. Then the pass tipped by, was that Donovan Stocks? It was. Loose ball collected by the Pioneers. 3:55 left in the fourth.
Coach Rusat's going to pull his hair out after that ping-ponging ball.
Hensley underneath. Great find to Kelly Neese, and a timeout taken now by Simon Kenton. They have 2 remaining.
That was he pinned and spinned there.
Yep.
And, got JJ on his hip, used his hip to create a little contact and a little hip check, as they call in hockey, and he got away from it. A nice pass.
Dan, who you got Super Bowl Sunday? I guess we have tomorrow to talk about it. I'll ask you tomorrow. Think on it.
I can't. Well, no. I like Kansas City. but I can't root for the 49ers. We've lost 2 Super Bowls to the Bungles. Looks like Hentz is leaving, Shoes leaving, and Girding. They've seen enough. They said a couple of great colonels in the house. But, I think it's going to be basically really good game. I think it's a very good matchup. San Francisco is going to have to run the ball, I think, to win it, to be successful there. And Kansas City did a good job against Henry on the run and the Titans. But
yeah, I'd agree. I think it's going to be a really exciting game. I haven't seen Jimmy Garoppolo throw the ball a whole lot for San Francisco here in the last few games. And maybe that's something they pull out of the bag of tricks and start throwing the ball a little more, or you stick to your guns and go with what's worked here. They haven't played a close game in well over a month. They've been blowing teams out here the last couple of weeks of the regular season and into the playoffs.
Yeah, their tight end Kettles, he's special.
He is. Colonels with the basketball and a 17-point lead with 3:30 left in the game. Logan Schwartz attacking Diskin. Colonels break the pressure. Walker Horn, he'll try a straightaway 3. That was more off to the left of the wing. He points to the Colonel Crazies as he knocks it down to give Covington Catholic a 20-point lead now.
And he's got a nice looking shot. Coach's son is dad over at NKU directing the Norse. We endorse the Norse.
3:10 left in the fourth. Schwartz to Kelly Neese here on the left side of the court. Neese to Schwartz straight away. He drives. Colin McHale challenges. Schwartz misses the shot. Rebound corralled by Walker Horn. Now Diskin up the left side of the court. He'll drive. Baseline pass to Stocks. Thought about a 3. Behind him to Diskin. Now on the right side of the court. In front of the Colonel bench. He'll set up the offense now as he pulls it to midcourt. Colin McHale right in front of the Colonel's coaching staff. Poke from behind. Regains control. Picks up his dribble. Now has Chandler Starks. High post. Up top Stocks. Pulls it back out. Stocks will wait as the Colonel coaching staff calls a full timeout. They'll have 1 left after they come out of this one.
Moser checking in the game. Well, the Pioneers have, a lot of people thought this was going to be a 30-point game, and I guess it's still good, but they've hung in there and played very, very tough. They're undersized. Didn't have, guys that can match up with our size underneath. But I think the Pioneer faithful from Independence would be happy.
It's a 20-point game, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a blowout. I think Simon Kenton just missed some shots that they've had open. They've had some 3s go down and come out.
Yeah, I agree.
They've played a decent ball game. Colonels have just been able to finish, and the other thing too, Colonels have just too much size.
Yeah, but Neese hasn't, he hasn't gotten on track. I think he has about 10 points. He's averaging 17, and neither has Jeremy Davis. He had a couple of shots early on, but I think he's only at like 6 points still. So, but let's salt it away.
Do want to give a shout out to our production over here on the left, Doug Growie, before we do it in the sign-off. While you're all still listening here on the broadcast, Doug Growie, the one-man crew for our video production as the Colonels come out of the timeout. Joey Moser misses a pass up top. Simon Kenton gets it back. Doug running all 3 cameras tonight and running the play-by-play camera that you're watching right now.
He's ambidextrous.
The RoboCam that he's manning remotely from over here on the left on the computer. The graphics, everything controlled by Doug, who's done a great job this season to be able to put these games on for you all to watch.
And he does this all, volunteer-wise. He's a teacher here. That's just what they do down here, guys.
A great production to be able to let you all watch the game. So thanks to Doug. I want to make sure I got that in before we do it on the sign-off, because we know, Doug, we thank you every time on the sign-off, but we want to make sure all the Colonel Nation, the over 100 now watching on the Colonel Athletic Network, make sure you know who's behind the camera. 61-41 with 154 left in this game. Colonels with a 20-point lead.
You know what I like about Doug? He's got that Hulk Hogan look. That's how Coach B described him.
Oh, that's great.
One of my favorites, Hulkamanias.
1:40 left in the game. Simon Kenton down the lane. Floater by Miller. Off the right side of the rim. Rebound. Darius Comer put back for 2.
Joey Mosier fouled him from the ground and they didn't call it. And then slapped it, aired up here.
Chandler starts. Right side for McHale. And now a timeout. They're just going to sub some Colonels in. John Ritzak into the game. DJ Skinner and Max Wayhoff. They won't use the timeout. That was the last timeout of the game. 87 seconds left in the affair. Colonels on top by 18. Joey Mosier corrals the inbound pass in the backcourt, and he'll walk it into the front court. Mosier dribbling, hands off to Horn. Underneath to Ritzak. Outside Mosier, fakes, drives, goes to the bucket, hits the shot, and gets fouled. And 1, Joey Mosier.
Slicing, dicing to the basket. Get his lungs back underneath him, get his legs back underneath him, get his back in shape, and haven't been out for a while. This is his 3rd or 4th game back.
And he hits the free throw.
I could see him, once he keeps rounding into shape, that it could, help us as we get into February. Tomorrow's February, so now it really gets.
Is tomorrow really February?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Where did that time go? Holy cow. 50 seconds left in the game. Walker Horn the steal. Horn ahead to Ritzak, and he lays it in with his right hand. Everybody getting in on the action now. 66-43. Isaac Miller. Zach Martin. Some more substitutions here for Simon Kenton. Ball tipped out. Last touch by the Colonels. Oh my. They're going to change it. Going to say it went off of Nick Brand.
I think it went off his back.
Yeah, as it dropped out, it went off of Brand. 24 seconds left in the game. Joey Mosier walking the ball in the front court. And if Simon Kenton doesn't foul, then that's the game.
Yep.
14 seconds. Mosier can dribble it out. Colonel Crazies sing the fight song with 5 seconds left. And the clock hits zeros. And the Colonels win it, get back to their winning ways. It's Covington Catholic on the heels of that loss to St. X on Tuesday night. Win this one handedly by a final score of 66-43 on a Friday night here at Park Hills.
Colonels got got back on track tonight against a scrappy Pioneer team from Independence. Coming off of the loss on Tuesday, we had to have a bounce back. Wasn't the cleanest game, but I got to give Simon Kenton some credit. They didn't back down one bit. They played with a lot of toughness as well, and give them the credit that they thought maybe they were. Maybe we thought we were going to blow them out by some more points, but we didn't. But we did what we had to do. It's hard not to focus on, because a lot of people are now talking about Highlands and the guys thinking about Highlands and maybe looking a little bit forward to tomorrow. But tomorrow's here almost. 4 p.m. Is the varsity game, but there's a triple header, so come down and watch your Covington Catholic Colonels against the Bluebirds from Fort Thomas.
Colonels with a 23-point win tonight, and I mean, you said it, Dan, it wasn't always the cleanest game for Covington Catholic, and Colonels got off to a 5-0 lead early on right away, and you thought, uh-oh, this could be over in a blink of an eye, but Simon Kenton said, no, not so fast. They responded with a 16-6 run of their own to take a 16-11 lead early on in the game. It was a fast-paced, high-scoring affair in the first quarter, and then things started to slow down. CovCath regained control of the tempo. They regained control of the momentum. Went from there, and CovCath stretched the lead out. They started to knock down some shots. They fed the post. I thought Chandler Starks really utilized his new footwork that he's been working on. Some great post moves to create position, create space. Finished with his right and his left at the rim, and the Colonels were able to build on that lead, and they never looked back.
Player of the game.
What's the sponsor tonight, Dan?
Today's sponsor is going to be the White Horse Inn, the restaurant right across from St. Agnes, where the Corprex building is. So the White Horse, player of the game. You want me to take it, or
You got it.
Chandler Starks?
No doubt. Chandler Starks, a phenomenal game tonight to power the Colonels.
Just wasn't the leading scorer, wasn't the leading rebounder, wasn't the leading assist guy, but he was the second or third best scorer for us tonight, second best rebounder for us tonight, and certainly led us in assists. So Chandler Starks, your White Horse Inn, player of the game.
And the amazing thing, Dan, is we harp on it enough, but he's only a freshman, and the maturity and the experience that he has shown from where we were in game one when we took the trip down to Lexcath to where we are now on January 31st through 23 games, the difference between where he was then and where he was now is worlds apart. And you can only imagine where that potential and that ceiling can go over the next 3.25 years.
He was playing really fast, early in the year, and his feet weren't keeping up with his body a little bit. Now he's slowed himself down. He's really got really good vision. His offensive game, the 15-foot mid-range, but he's just unselfish. And coming into as a freshman, and a lot of accolades, there was pressure, and maybe fitting in and getting the chemistry, that hasn't been a problem at all.
No, yeah.
Because he works his butt off. He plays hard. He plays hard. I mean, he plays hard, and you can see it every game.
On camera now.
Yeah.
Paul Fretchner, Dan Shields, if you've never seen us, this might be the first time in the 2.5 years of us together that we've been on camera.
Oh, boy.
Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and for being part of the Colonel Athletic Network and the Colonel Nation, and for supporting the program and supporting us.
Yeah, it's been great. In tonight's game, Covcath winners by 23 points tonight. Chandler Starks, our White Horse Inn.
White Horse Inn. Player of the game. I'm sure Jimmy Daneman's happy with that. So tomorrow, again, we're going to have a good crowd here. I hope it's packed. We had a nice crowd tonight. But, the Birds are only got one loss. And, again, we talked about how, some people are saying, well, their schedule isn't that tough. Hey, they played teams. They can play. Sam Vincent just got an offer from NKU. He's about a 6'4", 6'5" player, can get to the rim, can elevate. He can handle the basketball. He defends. He's an all-around basketball player and one of the best scorers in the state. And him and Scotty Drought in the 9th region are nip and tuck for that title in the 9th region.
Yep. So that'll be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Dan, any final thoughts before we sign off for this evening's game?
Let's get a good night's sleep and come prepared to root our Colonels on down here in Park Hills.
Well, for Dan Shields, I'm Paul Fritchner. That's Doug Growey to our left, saying so long and thank you for listening to another edition of Colonel Basketball on the Colonel Athletic Network. Simon Kenton out of the 8th region. They fall to 14-8. Covenant Catholic improves to 19-4 on the season as Covcath wins it by a final score of 66-43. Once again, have a great evening, everybody. We'll be back with you on the air tomorrow just before 4 o'clock. Tip-off here at Covenant Catholic. Next 4 games are at home. Nice little homestand for you, but only 6 games remaining in the regular season. So if you haven't had a chance to come out and watch the Colonels play, great opportunity.
Yep.
Got a weekend. You got some weeknights left. Plenty of chances for you to come out, especially in the next 4 games.
Our guy Mike Moffitt, who does so much down here, he was down here earlier checking in and says that you look so good, Paul. Thanks, Mike. Here goes Coach Batch. He's on the air.
Coach Batch Galupo on the camera. Go wave high. It's mere time for the athletic director. Once again, for Dan and Doug, I'm Paul saying so long and thank you for listening tonight to another broadcast of Colonel Basketball on the Colonel Athletic Network. We'll see you tomorrow right here from Park Hills just before 4 o'clock on the Colonel Athletic Network. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend.